Ramashram Satsang Mathura is a non-profit organization that strives to promote peace, harmony, and spiritual growth among individuals. The Inner Peace Workshop is a step towards achieving this goal. The workshop will help you explore your inner self and discover the peace that lies within you. Let us start with a brief history of Ramashram Satsang Mathura. On November 3rd, 1883, a noble soul, Param Sant Dr. Chaturbhuj Sahaji, was born in the northern Indian province of Etah. He would later become the founder of Ramashram Satsang Mathura. He studied Urdu, Farsi, English, Hindi, and Sanskrit. He had a degree in electrohomeopathy and possessed basic knowledge of Ayurveda that he used for selfless social service. Dr. Chaturbhuj Sahaji, our Guru Maharaj, met Lalaji Maharaj, his Guru, also known as Dada Guru, during the course of his Ayurveda practice in Fatehgarh. Over the years, their association gradually deepened. During an epidemic, they had the opportunity to spend more time together. Guru Maharaj experienced an indescribable dissemination of intrinsic power towards him whenever he was in the company of Dada Guru. It was during this time that Dada Guru passed on the knowledge of this unique method of meditation to Guru Maharaj. There were no spoken words or scriptures read. There was just a silent transfer of knowledge, reliving the Guru-disciple tradition yet again. Our system of meditation is based on what Guru Maharaj learned from Dada Guru that day. In 1919, Dada Guru directed Guru Maharaj to propagate this system of meditation to as many seekers as possible. Guru Maharaj, upholding the ethics of the Guru Shishya Parampara, followed his Guru's directive in letter and spirit. He dedicated his entire life towards propagating this little-known but unique method of meditation and influenced thousands of spiritual seekers who he came into contact with, without any discrimination based on religion, social, or economic status. Due to Guru Maharaj's efforts and Dada Guru's blessings, the satsang's popularity increased at a fast pace. In 1931, Dada Guru Maharaj personally attended the first spiritual congregation, or Bhandara, organized by Guru Maharaj in Etah, where he used to reside during that time. Let us now introduce some other saints in the Ramashram Satsang family. An epitome of piety, purity, and compassion, Jia Ma was spiritually empowered and had been declared spiritually proficient by 3 gurus, Dada Guru Maharaj, Mahatma Raghuveer Dayalji, and Fakir Maulana Abdul Ghani Khan Sahib. This was unprecedented at that time. For Jia Ma, all followers were her children. She treated everyone in the family with love and compassion and tirelessly attended to the ones who needed help. Pandit Mihilalji and Guru Maharaj's eldest son, Dr. Brajendra Kumarji, conducted satsang activities under Jia Ma's guardianship. Panditji played a very important role and made extensive contributions to the propagation and proliferation of the satsang. The current form of the satsang in India is mainly due to Panditji Maharaj's ardent hard work. He held the important post of the editor of the Sadhan magazine for several years, and his contribution to the satsang literature has been immense. Dr. Brajendra Kumarji worked closely with Panditji in shaping the satsang. Subsequently, several prominent personalities, including Hemendra Kumarji and Narendra Kumarji, served the satsang and are continuing to do so. Throughout the workshop, you will be guided by an experienced spiritual leader, Sanjeev Ji, who will help you learn the technique to find inner peace and overcome stress, anxiety, and negative emotions. You will also have the opportunity to interact with other like-minded individuals during the breakout session after the meditation. Here, during the question and answer session, you will be able to ask any questions that you may have. We believe that inner peace is essential for a fulfilling life, and we hope that this workshop will help you find that peace within yourself. We urge you to approach the workshop with an open mind, be receptive to new ideas and techniques, and participate actively in the session. We wish you a rewarding and enriching experience during the workshop. Thank you for joining us today.
So, this introduction was for a talk I did in India, but in terms of the history, the founder and people who contributed to this mission, the second generation, my father, my uncles, so many of my mentors, who, like one day I was just thinking that we look at so many, when we think about religion and spirituality, we think about miracles, we think about, things which are so, like quote unquote different. And then I was thinking, like, if I look at my, Satsang family, the leaders in the family, one day I was like, they were very, very normal people. And at the same time, one of the reasons, I actually got inspired, and I share this with everyone and anyone who is interested, is because while they, literally, there was nothing that you could outwardly see which would say, other than they all were very, very, quote unquote, there was an, almost like an attraction, but, very, very charismatic personalities. But overall, there's like sitting in a samadhi, or, there were like no unnecessary frills or things that I could. So one day I was like, so what did I miss? What did I not see? Where, so where are these higher conscious states? And then, so I start reading about samadhis and what is basically a higher consciousness, higher awareness state. So I started reading about those, and there is several ways in which Guru Maharaj has described those. If you look at the pyramid and the 5 steps, in each step, there are certain, certain states which you achieve, and that have been described. But then at the top of the pyramid, or where it all ends, is the Sahad Samadhi, or the natural higher conscious state, where every step you take, every breath you take, every work that you do is nothing but in devotion, in remembrance, in that higher state, etc. So you then are not only a better human being, but you are, like literally, for lack of better terms. So when I read about that ultimate, that even keel state where there are ups and downs have pretty much vanished, things don't make you too excited, things don't make you too sad, things don't make you, this happiness, sadness states, love and hate states, the, all these upheavals, emotional upheavals of the ups and downs, kind of just become very, those ups and downs in frequency and intensity and recovery time just become lesser and lesser. And that's what I actually did see in all the satsang leaders that I respect, and I also find now in all these decades of my life that those states or living in that way is extremely and totally uncommon. So satsang can lead you there, provided you put in, what is required in terms of. So that was another thing I was thinking about. So what is about this method that is so unique? So one, what I find is like when Guru Maharaj describes the day he met Dada Guru Maharaj, no, actually, the day he was introduced to this meditation process by Dada Guru Maharaj. So two things, a few things that come to my mind is like first couple of years they met, and Guru Maharaj writes that he had no clue what his higher consciousness, higher awareness, higher states Dada Guru Maharaj had attained or accomplished, or so very normal, nice person. And the other thing is that other than Guru Maharaj was actually treating Dada Guru Maharaj's wife, because he was practicing homeopathy and all that, but there was no other real reason other than probably they just clicked, and Dada Guru Maharaj had no, because he was so open to share what he knew. Eventually he did, but there was nothing, in terms of knowing each other, other than that he just must have found, Dada Guru Maharaj must have found Guru Maharaj to be, a person who could, or who was a good candidate, let's just put it that way. And the other thing was that when he actually introduced this method, so he writes that they were both just taking a walk by the Ganges River, and he just said, okay, today I'll like to introduce you to this method that I practice. And so on a small hill by the river, there was a hut that was abandoned, and they just cleaned the space outside the hut, and they sat facing each other, and Dada Guru Maharaj told him to close his eyes, and then what Guru Maharaj literally saw was that light is coming from Dada Guru Maharaj to his heart, and he's feeling very light, almost like as though he's floating, and then it was, after that he was almost like he forgot where he was, what was going on, and he was in a completely different plane. And when Dada Guru Maharaj asked him to stop, what he said was that on the pyramid, on the fourth realm, the realm of knowledge, that's where he initiated him from. So very, very interesting that, an accomplished guru can actually start you from a very, very high state. And one of the things that I heard and I also see is like the And there's always this, call it the group, collective energy, or the energy that this method kind of, it's almost like you um, are initiated into a method whereby you can imbibe this positive, uplifting, transcendental energy that just cleanses your heart, enlightens it, and takes you to much higher states than you ever could imagine. So let's practice that. Eyes lightly closed, and um, and just sit in a relaxed and still posture. Think about this transcendental energy in form of light that's right here, right now, and it's entering your heart, enlightening it, and then the light is getting distributed to every nook and corner of your body, and you are getting totally and completely immersed in this light. When mind wanders away, bring it back to this thought and this thought alone. So part of the method is that we come from barrage of thoughts to one single thought of observing this transcendental energy, and that this energy is completely and totally, uh, you know, inside and out, um, taking, we are getting immersed in it completely and totally. And we'll start with music, and then music fades away and we go deep into this silent meditation on transcendental light. And then we will transition out with music again. Let's start now. Happy Saturday, everyone. Glad that we are here in Satsang. So it's your time now. Rich, Liz, Sarvanji.
Hello, hello. Happy Thanksgiving weekend or whatever you call it.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yeah, a lot to be thankful for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was just watching the dog show with my son that was recorded from Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Moments like that, it's lovely.
Yeah, I actually, when I think about I think I just have to be thankful for being born in Guru Maharaj's lineage and the Satsang family, where it's interesting. I mean, uh, it's like you lead a quote unquote a normal life, but service becomes part of it, meditation becomes part of it, people, community becomes part of it. It's just phenomenal. The more I think about it, it's just you know uh, any amount of gratitude is less.
Not enough. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And then all of you, including you, Rich.
Grateful. Very grateful.
See, the thing is that sometimes I think that community, meeting people, all that is important, but I think what matters is the backdrop. If you meet in a backdrop that is positive and like superlatively positive,
Mhm.
that matters. Like, in my mind, there are like two, like, like scenarios. One is where thousands of people are sitting in silence, and then there is like a bunch of people, and all kinds of energies and interaction, and like I mean, and I'm not saying it in any negative way, but all the family gatherings, like if you look at in the uh, in the normal sense, uh, it gets heated, it gets like all kinds of energies interacting and so on and so forth. And so imagine like there were like really a whole lot of people. What would that mean? So, but converting that into like a positive backdrop, everything changes.
Yeah, it's kind of a bloodletting, when you get together and let all this stuff bubble up and out, and then you move to a higher peaceful state, right? Because family gets together, it's always forgetting very large audience, but even your simple little family.
See, the interesting part about human psychology is that we don't feel envious of like people who have we actually look and get inspired by people who have really made it, but around the table, around the family, we feel envious. It's like, so all the emotions are with the inner circle, are more pronounced.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
The ones who love you and you love hurt you most, right?
Yes, yes.
And vice versa, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's what life is made up of.
Mm-hmm. What else is there? But the way you look at it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just you know, see, like there is the ability to see positive in others and attracting the positive of others, which is what I think satsang means to me, is an art and science and meditation and whatever else. You know, very, very interesting. So Luz is quiet.
Happy Saturday, everyone. No, I as always, I had a wonderful meditation. I must confess I'm a little bit low on energy, which is why I've been quiet. I'm a little bit tired and spent energetically because of the Thanksgiving. I was very happy. I have a very small family, and I was happy to see my mom and sister, but my mom is entering into a new phase in her life where she's very physically challenged. I mean, like, she still has her mind, but physically she's in very, very, very bad shape. And it's one of those things where it kind of like took me by surprise. So it was like it sapped a lot of energy, and it's something I'm still processing. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit quiet, but no. Yeah, that's probably why.
We all are with you. Our prayers and all that energy that we have imbibed, let's share with her so that she gets this strength as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the more I think about it, is like life is just a set of challenges and more challenges and more challenges, but the ability for us to just keep connected, keep ourselves and everyone else around us connected with the positive energy, directly or indirectly, is what we ought to do.
That's true. And I feel very fortunate because I think this is just an idea. I could totally be wrong. There's sort of like a continuum age-wise. Like sometimes when you're young, very young, you don't have the tools to be able to, because the challenges are throughout life. They don't necessarily get worse, actually. They could be present throughout your entire life in different phases. So youth, I feel for them because they don't necessarily have the tools that, for example, we have. I feel like when you get older and if you put your attention to these kinds of methods, you build a toolbox that is very helpful. But, if you're younger, you don't have that necessarily unless you have a parent or an older mentor or friend that imparts it to you. So, and then when you're when you're older and you don't have a tradition like that, or you didn't build the toolbox, you're similarly at a disadvantage. But those who've been able to build that toolbox of meditation techniques and things like that, they at least, we at least can reach in and, and anyway, it should be a consistent daily thing. But, I feel fortunate to have been exposed to these methods because they do help during times of challenge, yeah, they're helpful. So it's a real blessing and a grace to have.
Absolutely, totally agree. It's sometimes when I think about what to speak and where we are collectively and what we should focus on and what to think about, this year, so there was a background thread of talking about mental resilience, and essentially it's like human resilience, how throughout ages, and each one of us, has to deal with so many things, and being resilient is uh, literally not an option. However, uh, the philosophy, the psychology, and all faith, belief, everything plays a part in how resilient we are. But as we go deeper into meditative, spiritual, and other practices, um, you know, it actually, as I think what I heard was like, it matures you in a way. And in some ways, we don't want to face lots of things, neither either one of us, but we have to deal with. So this year, when the more and more I was thinking about, mental resilience and resilience overall, and the more I read about it, it's like connection, community, ability to, bounce back, and so on and so forth. And what I realized was that one of the it was, like when it actually dawned on me, it was like a light bulb going off. It's the whole target state, where through meditation and other practices, when you get to the top of the pyramid, you become even keel, and your ups and downs, you know, reduce in terms of intensity and frequency and all that. And that is what actually I saw when I was very young, with some of the satsang leaders, and never dawned that, I mean, what else is resilience? That is resilience. So even more, so it's what I'm finding is that satsang is, with meditation, service, community, and even like eating patterns, and all these things combined, makes you more resilient. But at the end of the day, I think we should all pray for, and you and your mother both get the strength, and hopefully, but on one hand, it's like, um, it's a cycle that we all go through, but in either case, it's so very tough, because even when every time I look at some of these challenges that face ourselves, I mean, it is tough.
Yes, but thank you so much for your care. Appreciate it. There's an interesting chat chat question actually that I was looking at. I didn't want to pivot to a different topic, but in a way I did actually, because like I'd like to somehow move away from the dense energy of this Thanksgiving holiday, even though it was good. It was good to be with my mom and my sister, but thank you. That's why I just wanted to explain why I was a little bit quiet. But thank you. But somebody wrote an interesting question in the chat.
And I think in a way it is kind of connected with our ability to observe our thoughts, and in a very non-judgmental and way, and observing them. And that's what core of mindfulness is. And um, you know, one thing about the mindfulness techniques is like you come to the present moment. Once you come to the present moment, what happened yesterday and what will happen tomorrow, for that moment go away. And living in the present moment is so, I mean, I don't talk about that much, but in my mind, you know, if there was a definition of a saint, I would define a saint as a person who lives in the present moment, a monk or sage, because that ability is it's almost very rare, but that makes us live in a way, like live fully, so to say. So I'm just reading the comments. So while meditating and being in the present, we are just observing or thinking only about this energy in full flight, and the truth, which never changes, always remains same, which is, you know, if we think about this energy as the source of it all, the source, the energy source, and you know, can we think that truth is only an Atma which exists in the inner self? So we practice inner meditation. The truth by purification of mind. Oh, well, I think purification of the heart and calming the mind and bringing the mind to the present moment in itself is a process through which we, when we, you know, I think my father used to describe that, you know, the inner energy is like a river, it keeps flowing, but when you create a dam on the river where that process through which you collect the energy, and then you know, those gates are opened up and the turbines generate electricity. That whole process is like you, when you control your mind, you enable a whole different level of mental capabilities, including resilience, and that can empower you with, you know, or enable your dormant mental capabilities in a way that it just enlightening. And so one, a controlled mind, or a calm controlled mind, and inner focus. So because everything like peace and you know, is so inner peace, so inward focus, and purification of the heart. So heart energy or heart center, we get grounded in. So purification of heart, calm, you know, quiet mind, and then you know, inner focus. Those three things lead to inner transformation and hence outward transformation. So yeah. Okay, on that note, Arvindji, anything on your end?
Charanam Pranam here. So pleased to be able to join. Thankful to be able to join. All of us, I believe, are thankful and fortunate to be able to join this selfless service from Guru Maharaj that comes through you. So, it dampens the oscillations of life and helps resilience in every aspect. Experiential is all I can say. Words cannot describe. Param Bhagavad Pandit Ji Maharaj used to say, "Jahan kuch nahi hai, wahan Ishwar hai." Where there is nothing, there is the transcendental energy and all that power, and bolta hua Ishwar, the speaking transcendental energy. That's all I remember. Namaskar bhaiya.
Yeah, and so when we talk here, it just kind of somehow it just transports me the statements or thoughts, or I think just takes me back all these years. And I do remember that when somehow, and that in itself is a miracle in my life. I think when my father actually pulled me into deeper into satsang. So that's a story of its own. And one of the things I realized right after was that I became more aware of the people around me in terms of what they were facing in terms of challenges. And I think till then, and so decades of my life was more about me, or it was so self-centric that I don't think I looked at people as people and their challenges as real things. There was no focus on that, and that changed. And then it was overwhelming in a way that everybody that I connected to because of satsang is, every individual is facing small, bigger, much bigger, enormous challenges. And again, I think I'm thankful for becoming more aware of the world around me through that process. But a lot of times we think it is just us, but it's everybody around us is dealing with something or the other. They say it or not, and so not just that we ought to be in a positive backdrop and imbibe this energy, but sharing that is so much more essential because of that, because each one of us needs to heal, to become resilient, to become strong. So inner strength and inner happiness that results. So joy is like when we forego all those states and rise above to just be what we ought to be. And that's, I guess, is living in the present moment. So be joyful, love, light, and peace be with you. And let's be very thankful and, with all that gratitude. See you all soon. Namaskar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Namaste. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye now.